right, you guys, so we are back here in the garage again. I noticed that I'm getting a lot of views on the Lowrider S. Anytime I put any content up on this bike, I get a lot of views on it. So that tells me that you guys really like this bike, you guys really like this platform. So couple things I just want to go over on this bike, because I did do a lot of upgrades on it since the last time I made an actual length video about this bike. So man, this bike has been a passion for me. I love this bike. It rides better than any motorcycle I have ever been on. With the upgrades I did, it is super comfortable. The bike runs flawless. This M8 engine is amazing. So I noticed there's been a couple people online talking about issues they had, either lifters failing or things of that nature. So like I've been saying, you guys, the weather is getting cold, but I am dropping a cam into this bike this winter. So the colder it gets, the better for me, because as soon as the weather changes, I can't ride it. This bike is going in. It is getting a cam. It's getting S&S, the billet aluminum lifter collars. Those are getting put on. Probably going to get some S&S lifters in there just so I can avoid any of that. But a lot of people I've been talking to that have these M8 engines, the 2020s, 2019s, 2021s, they're not having serious issues with these bikes. They're running them. They're getting a ton of mileage on them with the stock parts that are in the engine. So I want the cam in there just because I want to wake this engine up a little bit. But honestly, this 114 does not need it. So in this video, I kind of just wanted to talk about some of the upgrades and the benefits that they had on this bike and where I want to bring this bike going forward. So first, let's start with these rotors, because these rotors from Harley are absolute garbage. They do a good job at stopping the bike, but man, there's surface rust all over these bikes. And when I tell you, like, I washed this bike maybe 5 times, detailed it maybe 6 times since I've actually had the bike. I dry this thing off. I have a Milwaukee leaf blower that I use to get all the water off the bike. I dry it with a chamois, wring the chamois out. Usually I let it sit in the sun. I mean, this bike is usually spotless. If there's anything on it, it's just from sitting in the garage. But these rotors have surface rusted almost instantly. Every time I wash this bike and it sits for a minute, the first time I take it out, I hit them brakes. It kind of has this weird grinding sound feel to it. And then after about 10 minutes, that's gone and the bike performs flawlessly. But you still have a little bit of the surface rust that is inside these little recesses in here. I don't know if you guys can see that where they're drilled in them rotors. But yeah, those are going to get taken off. I'm going to go with a nicer rotor. I'm probably going to go with a larger size. Just so that I can maximize my braking potential on the motorcycle itself. That is a big con that I had with this bike itself, is just that surface rust. Now, I got a 2000 FXDX sitting over here with stock rotors on it from the year 2000, and they have no rust like that. They don't get the surface rust like this one does. It's insane to me. So, Harley step. Look at that surface rust on there, just on these rotors. This bike has less than 5,000 miles on it in these rotors. Dude, and like I said, I clean this bike. I dry it all the time. And it'll just sit there. You can see in every one of those little slots, there's that surface rust in there. So Harley, step your game up. Get some better metal on here, dude. $20,000 for a motorcycle, and I'm getting surface rust on the rotors. That's not good. So one of the first things that was done to this bike when it was purchased, lay down license plate. Them stand up straight up in the air license plates are ugly. get those off, make it look a little more streamlined. I do want the Cruci Originals one that lays almost all the way flat, but this does it for me so far. So that's just more of a style thing. The thrashing bags, these are one of the best investments that I've made for this motorcycle so far. These thrashing essential bags, they're very small, but they carry everything I need. When I was in Sturgis, they had my camera in there. They had my extra battery power packs in there. They had my GoPro. All my video setup can be housed in just one of these bags. And then the other bag I had for drinks, food, snacks, my Odin rain jacket. These bags are absolutely essential. I actually just picked a pair up and put them on my wife's 48. They don't fit as perfectly as they do on the Dynas on there. They're kind of canted out a little bit, but it's more about the performance of the item and not the aesthetics when it comes to your bags. You want something that is gonna give you enough room to carry the essentials that you need, but still look kind of streamlined. So we put those on hers. We'll see how she likes them going forward. It frees up a lot more space on her bike, kind of makes her bike look a little bit better. So she's seen mine, she's seen how much stuff I was able to carry on them and the capacity of these bags, and she liked it. The thrashing foot pegs, absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best things I've put on this bike upgrade wise. They just lock you in, lock your feet down super solid. It feels like you're on a dirt bike. Absolutely amazing products from Thrashing there. The CNC machining on the top, the grip, by far, hands down, the best. So I also put the rear shock on here. That was actually the first video I ever did for YouTube. The RWD, the RS1 rear adjustable shock. That thing is absolutely amazing. Makes this bike ride like a Cadillac. Floats over potholes like a dream. Another thing that I did want to mention on here was the tuner. I did go with the Power Vision 4. It's kind of like the Vance & Hines Fuel Pack 4, where it's a direct plug and play. You plug it in, you download an app onto your phone. You can monitor engine temp, stuff like that through your phone, but it's more of like a quick flash on there. It does have some enhancements where you could download a program online. You could also get it licensed and you can use it to flash and tune other bikes. That's the reason why I went with it, because of the simplicity of it and because of the interchangeable nature of it, to where I could put it on any bike once I pay for the licensing and flash anybody else's bike. So I like having that on there. Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers. These things are super comfortable. So this bike, primarily I set it up for speed and comfort. That's all I wanted. I want to go fast. I want to be comfortable while I'm doing it because I want to put a lot of miles on it. I did go with the quad lock for my phone. Absolutely essential if you guys want to have your GPS. Now, I do run a Lexan Bluetooth headset, so I can hear all of my directions. It will tell me when I need to turn. I can hear those directions clear as day. But having my phone right up on there, I mean, let's see if I can find my phone. All right, so having my phone mounted up here, I don't know how good you guys can see this, but my phone will be right on the handlebars. It is directly in front of me while I'm riding. This works out great with that Power Vision 4, so I could run diagnostics. I can look at some real-time information on there while I'm riding the bike, but also when I'm using my GPS, that will show me my turn-by-turn directions, and then my Lexan will tell me through my helmet. So I love having it up there, right in my field of view. I don't have to look down for any reason at all. Yeah, you guys, let me know how you guys feel about the upgrades that I did to the bike. Let me know any upgrades that you would like to see me do to this bike. Just wanted to thank you guys for watching these videos and just wanted to give you a quick rundown of the bike, the things I did to it. I also did put the Thrashin adjustable shifter lever on the other side and was able to set that. Man, it is tuned perfect for my shifting. So I can't say enough about the parts that I did put on this bike. This thing is amazing. I love every inch of this bike, and I will continue to get you guys some good footage of it, to get us riding the bike, to get some long rides on there. The pipe looks gorgeous. The way that it is turning colors on this header is gorgeous. So once that gets a little bit darker, it's going to match the color of the wheels on here. So as you guys can see, this is my favorite motorcycle that Harley has ever produced. But other than that, this setup is killer. I don't think I'll ever sell this bike. Let me know how you guys feel, and thank you again for staying tuned.